Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Hilma Yuniar Ningrum. I'm from Bandung Islamic University, Fakultas Syariah, Program Studi Law Ekonomi Syariah. Today, I'd like to talk to you about Islamic financial contract. And my talk will be divided to 3 sections. The first is background, second is research methods, finally I will explain conclusion. Well, we begin this presentation is reforming the format of Islamic financial institution contract in Indonesia toward a maqasid al-Syariah based contract. First, talk about background. The presence of Islamic financial institution in Indonesia such as Islamic banking, Islamic assurance, and Islamic consult must be a top priority because involve the Muslim community. This is because it to meet the need of Indonesian Muslim community who need relate to faith and Syariah. This is a very basic requirement for every Muslim in Indonesia for every activity related to finance and business based on Islam, faith and Syariah. However, in the agreement of the Islamic faith, every Muslim is not permitted to carry out any activities again the instruction of Syariah, which is part of the implementation of the religion of Islam itself, as well as the mandate of Allah for humanity to accept life purpose and instead as the word of God, and I, Allah, did not create jinn and mankind as they must worship me only. This proposition is general reference for all human beings to fully realize their devotion to God through the application of Islamic law in all aspects of life. In this context, Muslim community in Indonesia also have a transcendental awareness to make commitments to carry out Islamic law in all aspects of life, not only in the life of all the Zariyat, individuals and families, but also in social and economic life. In terms of the implementation of Islamic Syariah in the economic field, several Syariah financial institutions such as Syariah banking, Syariah insurance, and Syariah open shop have emerged in the reality of Indonesian Muslim life. However, it must be a primary concern that the regulation of Islamic financial transaction must be in the text of the Quran, the Hadith of the Prophet Muhammad, on the fundamental and important aspect governed in the Quran and the Prophet's Hadith in terms of economic relation. Is that things do not to have based on usury, because in the perspective of Sharia, usury is something that's very quantifiable. Thus, the basic principle of financial transaction in the Sharia perspective and the profit perspective must be in accordance with trade in the form of goods, a service, and use transactions that are in accordance with Islamic Syariah. Associated fundamental is it a necessity to establish an economic transaction to obtain profits based usury activities. Based on this report, according to Syariah, basically economic relations are not allowed to take place on the basis of mainstream usury. This was decided by usury, which is usury is deemed act and considered. A person possesses by demons and belong to the category of 7 sins that turn around, that therefore regulation Sharia about financial transaction, which do not have to be based usury, must have intention and objective to support humanity. This is what is agreed by Maqasid al-Syariah, which is means that every Sharia law passed down by Allah must have benefits for all human beings, so that Islam has a mission to spread the mercy of the universe, rahmatan lil alamin. Second, talk about research method. This talk uses the legal method with conceptual agreement, which address the topic of conceptual discussion using Sharia argument that produce arguments that are justified by Sharia. This is a qualitative descriptive analysis that is most suitable for this studio in order to draw conclusions that can be scientifically justified. The last talk about conclusion. The presence of Islamic financial institutions in Indonesia must be approved and their information must be assured. However, the Sharia values guided by the Quran and the tradition of the Prophet Muhammad must be replaced. According to this research, what is important is that a meeting of Islamic financial institutions in Indonesia is not only a symbol of religion, because in practice they also offer capitalistic transaction. Islamic financial institution must truly be present as financial institution that presents pure, the consistent Islamic law. This is why it's important the recounted contract in several Islamic financial institutions in Indonesia that discuss issues and when viewed from a Sharia perspective. The importance of the Sharia contract agreement is not to realize a contract that truly applies Maqasid al-Syariah in the description of economics, that is, to acquire property obtained illegally. Based on the conclusion, the authors issues the fact proofs for legal issues there are specifically regulated in the standard contract design. Well, that's my presentation today. I fully realize that it's not too flawless. Thank you for watching my video. Have a nice day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.